And greetings gamers. As we all know, Christmas is a time for giving. It's also a time for making lists. Santa Claus himself can attest to that one. So that's why I'm making my top 5 list of projects that I would like to do next year. These projects I might have started already, it might be finishing a project, it might be doing a let's play of something that I thought I would do before, but for various reasons I haven't, and just various things like that. So enjoy top 5. Let's go. Multiplayer arcade games. Now some of you might remember the test footage of Hook that I uploaded, that I did with FUCon. Now the reason I did that was in preparation of doing a full let's play of it with 3 other people, because the maximum number of players you can have in that game is 4. And I'm a big advocate of that. I truly believe that if a game's designed to be played up to 4 players, unless for very rare occurrences, that's the optimum level to be optimum number to play the game. Mario Party as well, for example, go up to 4 players, sort of the same thing. Another game like that is Sunset Riders that I started long ago. The reason we haven't continued that one was basically we had a few players in various different time zones. I mean, we had a guy in America and a guy in Japan. So as you can imagine, getting all 4 people together again is kind of hard. I've just, plus people have been busy with exams lately, I've just received note that everyone's free again, so we should be able to pull this off one day or another. I'm gonna try and get that done as soon as possible, because I do like to finish my Let's Plays, with a few notable exceptions. Pathological. Wow, that failed. Anyway, another type of arcade game, the project that I tried to start but didn't exactly pan out, is there are a bunch of Dynasty Warriors themed ones. There's two really Dynasty Warriors ones, and then there's one that's just sort of well, it is a Dynasty Warriors one, but it's not that good. it feels like an old game, and it is. There's actually a third one that involves very 3D graphics, but I can't play that one online at the moment. So the only way for that one to be done would be to have someone with me. But the reason I wanted to do the Dynasty Wars one is that there were 4-player ones, and I actually invited Grimmeth, Mysterious JG, and Bubble the Vulture to play it with me. For various reasons that turned out not to be possible. I'm not gonna list them, but let's just say people were busy, not available, stuff like that. No grudge against them, it happens, that's real life. But maybe in the future, you never know. Now bearing in mind I only noted 3-4 games here. The list is huge. I mean, the ultimate project for me would be to get 6 people from the Voltron army and play the 6-player version of X-Men the arcade game. That would be awesome, and I think you guys would like to see that as well. So anyway, there you go, multiplayer arcade games. That's my number 5 wish for next year. Number 4 is a special one because I actually thought I would do it a lot earlier. I thought I would do it for Christmas, but instead I'm doing this UFO extraterrestrials thing. And it turns out better because I just finished Romance of the Three Kingdoms 11. That was a thing I did a sign up. I'm doing a sign up on this one, so it's all linked really. So without further ado, the game I wanted to do was Mountain Blade: The Last Days. Now for those of you who don't know what this is, it's a Lord of the Rings mod for the original Mountain Blade. It's been in development for, Jesus Christ, a year, 2 years. It's been a long time. It was sort of becoming a Duke Nukem Forever gag among the Mountain Blade community. The reasons I want to do this Let's Play. Number 1, it's Mountain Blade. It's very fun to play. I mean, it's expansive. You get a new experience every time you play it. Looking at my views, it turns out that the Mountain Blade Warband, the first episode of the Succession game, is my most popular video. So obviously you people want it, or you people have searched and discovered me that way. I imagine some of you have. Reason number 2, it's Lord of the Rings. Enough said. Now the reason I haven't played this, basically, instead I'm doing UFO extraterrestrials for now, it's that it's still kind of glitchy. Don't get me wrong, it's very stable to play. I mean, I never crashed once playing it. Though, admittedly, apparently later on in the game, when there are lots of small armies roaming around, it does tend to crash a bit more. But the reason I'm not playing it yet is that it suffers from a sort of game-breaking glitch. I call it a glitch, but it's sort of bad programming, really, where basically the only way to win, as you would imagine, is to destroy the evil factions. That's Gundabad, that's the goblins in Moria, stuff like that. Mordor, Isengard, the Rune, Harad, stuff like that. Now, for some of these factions, it's very easy. Rune tends to die straight away. That's a bit logical. But for all the other major enemy factions, wiping them off the map is a lot harder than it sounds. And basically, what the late sort of mid-game would be like would be me camping in front of a castle for an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, just killing everything that comes out of it. And that sort of doesn't, you know, lend itself to let's playing, really. It becomes busy work, monotonous, and yeah, so we're hoping, normally in the next version, they're working on a way so you can actually use influence, that's a game mechanic, to ask a lord to siege a particular city. So that way you can speed things along, you can sort of direct. I can understand that basically you cannot siege cities anymore in the last days. And I can sort of understand that. It would sort of break the game in some ways. Because in the way Lord of the Rings works, if you capture a city, except for a few exceptions, it's burned to the ground. So it's gone, it's out of the game. So as you can imagine, if a player can just go along and destroy cities, the enemy is going to fall pretty damn quickly. However, if it's the Lord that's normally launching these campaigns against the enemy, it works out a lot better. It's just that the coding for it is a bit bad. And yeah, so once that's fixed, I should be doing a let's play of that. You can look forward to it. Okay, let's move on to number 3. Number 3! Number 3, it's a project I've started already, but I'd like to finish it. It's SNES Games from my childhood. Now basically, for those of you who don't know, I was born in the 90s. Okay, I was born on the 90s, basically. So I sort of grew up with a Super Nintendo. That was my childhood thing. I wasn't a Sega guy, I got a Super Nintendo. And growing up with the Super Nintendo, naturally I grew accustomed to some games. Some of them I actually beat, some of them I didn't. Aladdin, notable exception, I beat that. Lion King, I didn't beat. I've since visited both games and finished them both. Some with some rage along the way. Another example of a game I did, and it's mostly these sort of games I would like to do, was a Goof Troop. It was co-op games, because these games I used to play with my older brother, you see, because obviously parents fighting, just give them a co-op game and they'll work together. It was good games like that. The reason I haven't done any in a while is basically because my brother started to Let's Play, and he started doing them. Basically, he's done a Mega Man X, well, sort of, he has to finish that one. And I think that's the only one Super Nintendo wise that he's done, but you know, he's working on it basically. So I'm all for letting him do the single player games, but if you can get in touch, I should really ask him, so we can do some co-op games. That would be fun. I mean, Bomberman, that was a good one. I remember playing that a lot. And yeah, so stuff like that. So, you know, just little quirky ones. I mean, I know some of you liked the Goof Troop Co-op one, some of you hated it. It was sort of early in my Let's Playing career, so some of the sounds like shit. But you know, you only get better with time, really, and since I'm not going to revisit old games, I'm just going to have to play new ones. So there we go, folks. That's my third item on the wish list, playing some Super Nintendo games from my childhood. Number 2 is SWAT 4 Co-op. Now, for those of you who don't know what SWAT 4 is, it's basically a squad-based, realistic police FPS, if I can imagine that. I say realistic because if you get shot in the leg, you're gonna go slowly. If you get shot in the arm, your aim goes way off. If you get shot anywhere, basically 1 to 2 shots and you're dead. That's if you're wearing a Kevlar vest. Otherwise you're dead straight away anyway. And the reason I want to do this, basically I did a co-op with Dragon Liquor. Some of you might have seen it. And well, you know, the late missions, we didn't exactly get far. The early one, playing basketball, that was fun. And I think there's a lot of humor we could be had with a full squad of 4 people. Which would not only help us actually complete the missions, and we would actually play the mission until we win it, compared to the one with Dragon Liquor where we basically just loaded up not a playlist, but just a map list of every single map in the game. Then we just went through it. That's why it was a bit the commentary was a bit lacking. That was the first time I saw many of those levels. Since I had never played the game before, the first time I actually played the game was with him then. So now that I'm a bit wise in concepts of the game, I'm pretty sure that we can have a lot of fun with that. And I'm sure we can have maybe multiple people recording it. Maybe they can just send me their footage. I can put a split screen on my video. Stuff like that we could do. That could be a lot of fun and basically bring forward some nice Let's Play then, because I always like playing with other Let's Players. It's always a joy to meet other people of the craft, to put it less snobby way. But yeah, playing with other people, that's one of the joys of gaming. And I really think that SWAT 4, especially in the later levels, we can have a lot of fun with that. So there we go, that was my number 2 wish list for next year. So, you all been waiting for this. Number 1 is The Sims Medieval Succession game. Now, I know what many of you are thinking. What the hell are you on about? Basically, The Sims Medieval is a Sims game, as you would imagine, in a medieval setting where you don't control a family or just a single sim. Well, you do a single sim, but I'll explain. You control a single sim at a time, and that sim has a certain role in the kingdom. It can be a king, it can be a knight, it could be a bard, it could be loads of things like that. And I had a nice little idea that I can get a bunch of Voltron Knights together, and basically we each create a character, and we take turns playing that character, sending the save around, playing several quests, because the way the story in The Sims Medieval works is that you don't just play along in a linear fashion. You have a quest that certain characters can do, certain characters cannot, hence why you need lots of people with various characters. Now, I was thinking of, first of all, doing it myself and then just naming the people after various Let's Players I know and stuff like that. But then the idea came to me, why not just let them play themselves, as it were? That way we can have a lot more fun in the matter. And I haven't brought this project forward to any people I know. It's not posted in the forums like the other projects, like the multiplayer arcade games where I made a thread, only 3 people answered. Sort of embarrassing. But yeah, that's the sort of thing I would like to do. I think it could be fun, maybe not, don't know until we try it. I know Murta's done an interactive let's play Sims sort of thing, and I think I could do something in the same vein as that, where you guys could like just point out things you would like to see, and it's Sims, so it's goofy, it's funny, and we can have a lot of fun with that, I think. So there we go, folks. That was my top 5 projects I would like to do next year. Hope you've enjoyed it, and happy holidays.